I say to rant real quick. Dating at nearly 40 post divorce fucking sucks.
Hey y'all. Just hit the send button to file for my divorce.
I was 50. I got on all the apps after I got separated and was in the middle of a divorce from my husband. I was 50 at the time. I'm now 60.
Welcome back, everyone. What you are about to see is what can happen when confidence built over many years suddenly meets reality. Many relationships are strengthened by daily appreciation and genuine support, but sometimes those moments create expectations that do not match what comes later. Today we are looking at 3 different stories that all reached a similar turning point. Let us break down each one.
This is like the 3rd time I've done this, so I'm going to talk a little faster, and hopefully I get through my story. When I was 50, I got on all the apps after I got separated and was in the middle of a divorce from my husband, who is the father of my children, and we get along just fine. Anyways, everything's fine between us. So I went on a bunch of dates. I posted pictures within 2 or 3 days of posting them, so I look like my pictures. I talked pretty extensively on my profile about what I was interested in, and got some interesting dates out of it. Didn't really work out with most of them. That some of them were like, hey, I'm not into this, bye. And sometimes I would say, hey, I'm not into this, bye. Except for this one guy. We went to this cool little coffee place in Pacific Beach. I would shout it out, but I can't remember what the name of it was or even what street it was on, but cool little place. Had a little garden, and we got our drinks, went out into this little garden, and I proceeded for 15 minutes to engage somebody in conversation who could say yes, no, or grunt. And even though his grunt was kind of sexy, I'm not into that. Like, I want somebody who's going to engage me in conversation. And after struggling for about 17 minutes, I finally said, hey, you know what? It's cool. You're cute, and I wish you the best, but, it doesn't seem like it's really clicking, so let's just split. I'm going to leave. Have a great day. You're grunting. You're saying yes or no, and you're not really talking back to me, and it felt like, I don't know, uncomfortable. So, anyways, that was my experience. I was 50 at the time. I'm now 60. I don't know what he was looking for. Anyways.
She was 50 when this journey began, and now 10 years have passed. After years of searching, she still remembers one brief meeting more than anything else. She admitted she found the man attractive, yet dismissed him simply because he was quiet. Before that, she had described her marriage as stable and working well. Looking back, many people see a gap between what she expected and what she eventually experienced. Time has a way of changing perspectives, and past confidence does not always match future reality.
Just hit the send button to file for my divorce. I had it sitting there all day signed. I even told him I was struggling to send it. And after telling me this morning what an embarrassment I am, I still gave him a chance to say, stop, don't send it. And that's what we do. So here's what I've learned. I think this process is going to be a lot like getting a shot as a child. It sounds a lot scarier than it actually is. It certainly can't be as scary as what has been going on or as painful. And while it hurt to hit that send button, it didn't hurt as bad as I thought. The thought of actually sending it hurt more than actually sending it. So I hope that the rest of this process, even though it's scary and painful, is going to hurt less than what I anticipate. And it'll be just like a shot. When it's over, I'll look back and say, oh, I did this to protect me, and it didn't hurt as bad as I.
She had the divorce papers ready and even gave him a chance to respond before making the final decision. When he did not react the way she expected, she went ahead and ended the marriage, believing it was the right choice. Looking at these stories, a similar pattern often appears. Some people wait for a dramatic reaction hoping it will confirm their importance, but when it never comes they move forward anyway. The bigger question is whether everyday acts of love were truly appreciated or quietly taken for granted until it was too late.
I just need to rant real quick. Dating at nearly 40 post-divorce fucking sucks. I thought this time around it would be easier in certain aspects. We're all older, more mature grown-ups. Most of the people in my age range have children, their parents. We don't have all the hormones rushing through our brains and our bodies. And so I guess I re-entered the dating scene very recently with higher hopes than when I was dating in my 20s. Foolishly, I believed that, people were looking for people that they actually wanted to enjoy spending time with and truly just finding a partner in life. That, sex was important, but it's not going to be the first thing that people go after. And I was wrong and sorely disappointed that I have gone out with has immediately either hinted at or demanded sex. They want sex and sex only. And if you're not willing to give that to them up front or quickly, they're not interested. They're acting like 16, 17, 18-year-old little boys instead of mature men, most of them parents of children. A lot of them have daughters. Your daughters get to be dating age. Do you really want that to be what they have to deal with every time that they go on a first date, second date, third date with somebody? Is some asshole just trying to get them into bed? And when that doesn't happen, they just ghost them. They disappear. When do y'all grow up?
After the divorce, she returned to dating believing maturity and life experience would lead to deeper relationships. Instead, the reality was very different from what she expected. Looking back, she compared those experiences with the stability she once had, and the contrast became impossible to ignore. These stories all point to the same lesson. The care and commitment found in a long relationship cannot always be replaced once it is gone. Share your thoughts in the comments. Do you think expectations changed, or did reality simply reveal a different picture? Sometimes the value of what we have is only understood after it is no longer there.